and the paramount chief of the Kusa traditional area. My revered paramount chiefs from the Upper East region, represented by their president, honorable municipal and district chief executives, honorable assembly members, members of the security services, divisional chiefs and opinion leaders, queen mothers, friends of the Kusa traditional area who have traveled far and near, heads of department, the clergy, sons and daughters of Kusa, our friends of the Inky fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency the President, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, would have loved to be here in person to join the people of Kusa in celebrating the 34th Samanpiid Festival. Unfortunately, some other important assignments have disabled him from coming here today to participate in this festival with you. He has therefore delegated me to come and stand in his stead and deliver this message on his behalf. It is gratifying to be part of this year's celebration of the Samanpiid Festival of the chiefs and people of Kusa traditional area. I wish, on behalf of the good people of Ghana as a whole, the chiefs and people of the Upper East region in particular, and on my own behalf, to congratulate the overlord of the Kusa Traditional Council and your elders, and the people of the Kusa Traditional area on your attainment of 34 years in the celebration of the Samanpiid Festival. The consistency and timeliness in celebrating the festival are commendable. It affords people who wish to be part of the festival to be able to plan well for it. I wish to salute you and to enjoin you to maintain that status quo. Distinguished guests, I am more elated by the choice of theme for this year's festival, quote, promoting socio-economic and cultural development of Kusa, the role of Kusa literacy and cultural tourism, unquote. Culture, as we are aware, depicts the identity, the values, the pride, solidarity, and consciousness of any group of people. It represents the hallmark of a people and helps chart the future for the present generations and later generations. Suffice it to say that culture is the soul and spirit of any group of people or nation. The survival and sanctity of society, therefore, hinges on the state or depth of its culture. If identity perishes, the people also perish. In our current dispensation of globalization, only strong cultures are able to distinguish people from its milieu. Mr. Chairman, over time, there has arisen the important need to critically examine culture and its implications for advancing the cause of man in the light of some outmoded and dehumanizing customs and traditions. Such undesirable practices do not only denigrate humankind, but also pull back the pace of development of society. They end up portraying the adherent of such obnoxious practices as barbaric and uncivilized. Any progressive society or nation therefore crystallizes its culture to sustain only those beliefs, customs, traits, and traditions which people and their environment face. A culture worth sustaining is also one that rallies people together to see one another as brothers and sisters, and consciously promotes dialogue, reconciliation, development, and peace building. Suffice it to say that so important is culture that Chapter 32 of the 1992 Constitution mandates that all development planning must take into consideration the culture of the people. This is essentially so because development is not just about huge projects and programs, even though that is the growing trend, but rather those interventions that seek to address the needs of the people. They are those things that are informed by the worldview and cultural traditions of the people through their active participation. I am aware of the untiring efforts of Zura and his traditional council to ban certain unwanted practices that are creeping into our society, such as the playing of deck or Western gadgets at traditional functions. I wish to urge you on and to challenge the assemblies and all meaningful citizens to continue to lend your support. It is equally gratifying to note, Mr. Chairman, that Boku continues to be a town of great interest to this government for a number of reasons. Indeed, there was no town in the north that could surpass Boku in terms of the ingenuity of the people, the type of brisk business, and the ever-growing nature of the town. Unfortunately, as a result of the persistent communal conflict, the town nearly became a shadow of itself. Our children's education was indeed jeopardized as teachers and other workers preferred to work in other places outside Boku. It also led to a huge expenditure to maintain peace at the expense of development in this area. We must be reminded that history is full of examples of prosperous nations and empires which collapsed under the weight of conflicts, insecurity, immorality, and other social evils. Taking a leaf out of the book of these countries, we can, with determined and concerted effort, say no to violence. Say no to violence. Say no to violence of any form because of its implications to pave way for development. The eradication of the unfortunate events in Boku should not be considered as a responsibility of government alone. I therefore call on all the factions to the Boku communal violence to together mount a vigorous and persistent campaign against these forces of darkness and enemies of progress and development. We are one people and should not allow anything to destroy the future of our children and those unborn. In this crusade, religious organizations have a vital role to play in spreading the message of peace, honesty, probity, transparency, and accountability. Concerned citizens, the media, the youth, chiefs, opinion and religious leaders should equally endeavor to report to the security agencies any suspected character, especially those suspected to be carrying arms and ammunition. This should not, however, be done on the basis of unchecked information, rumors, or malicious fabrications. It has been said that where there is no vision, the people perish. The good people of Boku in particular, and Ghanaians in general, know what we want to achieve. We have a sense of direction, but we can only reach our goal if we consider peace as the national integrity, as an essential component of our endeavors. No one, I repeat, no one will bring peace to the good people of Ghana except the people themselves. So let us take our destiny into our own hands and work towards bringing lasting peace to Boku. It is therefore gratifying to note that Boku is coming back to its normal status after the recent disturbances, and our people are going about their educational, economic, and social activities in peace and harmony. And this gives government a great sigh of relief as it rolls out policies and programs to bring smiles on the faces of our people. However, I wish to appeal to the Inter-Ethnic Peace Committee to continue working together so that in the face of any challenge, they stand firm to bring nothing but peace to the area. Aside the communal disturbances that existed, the people of Boku have demonstrated patriotism over the years through support for various governments and their programs. It has been said many times before that government will not interfere in chieftaincy or land affairs. I would like to reiterate this point at this program. Let the point be made, however, that government will not sit down unconcerned if insecurity and threats to life and property are created by chieftaincy and land disputes. Government will definitely take the appropriate steps to ensure the safety of people and property in any area associated with violent conflicts. Besides, let us remember that COVID-19 is real and still around. You must therefore endeavor to continue strong adherence to the social distancing and hygiene protocols, wearing of masks, and strengthening of our immune systems. by eating our own foods, as well as spread the message among your subjects and jurisdictions. Let us take the vaccine, for it is safe and secure, for we cannot afford to lose more lives to COVID-19. Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for the invitation, and may the Samanpiid Festival last into perpetuity. Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year in advance. But before I resume my seat, the Boku Naba made some request that he wanted me to convey to His Excellency the President. Boku Naba, I wish to put on record that your request for the construction of hospitals already, Banduri and Garu have been captured under Agenda 111. Secondly, the Kusa language that you spoke about, when I go back to Accra, I'll inform His Excellency the President and also inform my colleague, the Minister for Education, that this is the message that you wanted me to route to him. And I am very confident that he will listen to your cry and come over to Macedonia to assist you. Whilst at it, His Excellency the President has also directed me to issue a statement any moment from now concerning the dispute in Boku. I wish to put on record that any miscreants, any persons who misconduct themselves under the guise of chieftaincy disputes will be brought to book. Because as far as the National House of Chiefs, the Regional House of Chiefs, and the Kusa traditional area is concerned, the overlord of the Kusa traditional area is Naba Azigiri Abugrago Azuka II. When the Supreme Court of this country pronounces on a dispute, there is finality to that dispute. Until and unless that decision has been varied or overturned, that decision binds every person in this country. On behalf of His Excellency the President, I present this to the overlord of Kusa traditional area as his donation towards the Samanpiid Festival. Thank you very much.
Come on, so you not here for him. Come on, so